What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. This right here is going to be my Blackbird guide, a little bit advanced Blackbird guide, if you will. I know most of you probably at this point know a little bit about the runner already, so I want to give you some, tips and tricks that help me. I have about 25 to 30 hours on Blackbird already, and that's pretty much I've only exclusively played them. And I've learned a lot of things along the way so far. So I'm not going to give you just a sheer breakdown of the abilities. I'm going to give you kind of some things that help me learn this character and how you can be a successful intel source and reconnaissance for your team in Marathon. So I want to start with her ultimate Echo Pulse. It's kind of straightforward. You guys already know, I'm sure. That's going to ping at a certain radius and locate enemies. The tricky thing with this ultimate is it's going to also locate enemy AI. So my number one tip for this ability is to only use it if you can when you are only around runners. If you happen to be around enemy AI, please let your team know. Tell them that these are possibly AI, but try not to use it out the gate. Maybe clean up some of the AI or get the enemies isolated into an area where you know they are, the enemy runners, and then obviously ult so your team knows where they are and can ignore the other red indicators that are being picked up from the AI. It's also going to alert the enemy team, so don't do it immediately just so you can enter the fight. What I like doing is, about 10 to 30 seconds into the initial chaos of the fight, that's when I use my ultimate, and we've had a lot of success with that. I personally don't like giving myself away if I can with the ult to begin with. You can use it to obviously pick off stragglers. I like to do this a little bit later into the raid after we've killed a few and I want to maybe try to find one. If my ult is up, I will use it, but other than that, I'm not really worried about it for the most part. Moving on to the tracker drone, it's kind of straightforward. Throw it in a straight line. It's going to climb up buildings, go around walls until it gets into the radius of an enemy. Again, same tip. Try to make sure there's no AI in the area if you can. If you know that the enemies are fighting AI, I would maybe save it, wait till you get a secure visual on another enemy runner, and then throw it. The runners I like to target the most with this ability are going to be Glitch and Locust. They have the most mobility in the game, and I like to try to lock them down and mess up their heat so they can't get away and shit on me. It seems like Locust is fucking LeBron James in this game, and I don't like him jumping at me and shitting on me. So if I can throw my tracker drone on Locust, that is who I primarily target, and then secondly would be Glitch. Moving on to interrogation, we got two little traits, and these are very crucial. I think using these is what's going to separate kind of the low tier Blackbird mains to the high tier when, especially when the game comes out and there's rank play and whatnot. Using interrogation, there's really two wings of it, right? Interrogation, you are alerted when you are pinged, okay? And I'm going to give away the sauce. The higher skill players are not going to ping an enemy Blackbird. An enemy Blackbird that gets pinged, that alerts them that they have been pinged, very similar to Wraith in Apex Legends. They know they're being looked at. So use this to your advantage, get information, know that someone's looking at you and try to relocate, get those long angles and get out of the line of sight where they just saw you if you can. The offensive part of this trait is finishing an enemy. What I like to do, and really a 3-stack if I can help it, is be number 2 in the entry. If we can get into a fight and get a first knockdown, I try my best to be the first one or be the one to thirst them, because that's going to give a secure enemy ping of the 2 other runners, if there are 2 left, in the area. This is one of the abilities, or I guess traits, that's different from the other ones because, again, the tracker drone and the Echo Pulse can ping AI. It can hurt and target AI with the tracker drone and ping enemy AI with your ult. This is the one section, if you will, as far as intel with Blackbird that you are pinging an enemy runner. Always try to be the one to finish an enemy runner, but always do it safely. You are the information for your squad, and you need to try to be one of, if not the last person standing when you die. When I mess up with this character the most is when I get too aggressive too early. Stalker Protocol is the other trait. This one's kind of straightforward and also gives a lot of information. You need to alert your teammates, because right now a lot of people are still learning the game. You need to alert them when you have damaged an enemy enough to cause the blood for them to track. So if you have, a Locust on your front line going in, if you can let your teammates know that you've hurt somebody, ping where you've hurt somebody, they can see the blood trail, see which way they ran. And again, that's information that your team can use to win you the team fight. So overall, Blackbird is probably one of my favorite characters, but it's going to be a little bit of a skill gap. There's going to be a lot of hard carry Locusts and a lot of solo type of players with Void and things like that, and every runner is extremely balanced in my opinion. I honestly think Glitch could use a little bit of a buff, but for the most part, the game is very balanced, very fun. Blackbird fits right in with the team synergy because she gives so much information. Some of my favorite kits to run with her are going to be usually the Bully SMG with a sniper backup, or the Bully SMG with maybe an LMG, kind of playing that mid-range. I'm not finding a lot of success, again, with her kit being kind of that mid-range information gathering, making sure the enemies are within the radius of your Echo Pulse and your tracker, all of that stuff. She's not really... It's great to have the sniper kind of an entry, but if you can't run a sniper, that's okay, because in my opinion, she works best when she's playing kind of that mid-range number 2 entry. Number 3 if you got, you know, maybe a Glitch and a Locust that are playing really aggressive, but kind of being number 2 with your entry. Y'all get that first knock, you do the finish, maybe you proc your ult or throw a tracker bot on the one that you knocked or the second one that you see. That's kind of the loop that I've had a lot of personal success with Blackbird. So let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, I know they're still going to be giving out alpha keys and letting people in the playtest right now. There was about 6,000, 7,000 in the first 2 days. If you want to see more videos like this, just let me know. And that's all I have for you guys, and I will catch you on the next video. Thank you.